I think most people have accidentally reduced AI to one very expensive spell checker. They use it to write an occasional email, maybe summarize a document, perhaps even generate a social media caption. And then they sit back and think, right, I understand AI now. And honestly, that's a little bit like buying a Swiss Army knife and only using a toothpick, because AI can do so much more. And I don't mean futuristic robot stuff, which I will show you at some point. I mean ordinary, boring, everyday things. The little bits of friction that are quietly eating away at all your time. Deciding what to cook, understanding complicated paperwork, planning a holiday, preparing for an interview, buying the right laptop, learning a skill, writing a difficult message, researching big purchases, organizing your week. Most people don't realize this, but AI is becoming less of a tool and more of an operating system for life and business. It's like having a researcher, an assistant, a tutor, a strategist, an editor, occasionally a therapist, living inside of your computer. So in this video, I want to show you 101 practical ways to use AI every single day. Not weird use cases, not gimmicks, stuff that you will actually use. And I promise you'll steal at least 10 of these. Let's start with the easiest categories. Using AI for your everyday assistant. Because honestly, this is where most people could save time immediately. I use this constantly. Let's say that you're standing in your kitchen. You've got half an onion, 3 eggs, some spinach, and a suspicious looking pepper. Instead of ordering a takeaway, again, take a photo and ask, what can I cook with this? Done. Or maybe you're standing in front of your wardrobe. Nothing looks right. Take a picture of your clothes and ask, build me 3 smart casual outfits. Done. Traveling. Instead of spending an hour reading blogs, I'm in Edinburgh for one day. I like coffee, history, and good food. Build me an itinerary. Done. Something's looking expensive? Ask, I'm a consultant who travels frequently and edits presentations. Which laptop should I buy and why? Done. AI is unbelievably good at removing tiny decisions. And here's the thing, tiny decisions are exhausting. We make thousands every single week. Reducing decision fatigue is one of the biggest productivity hacks nobody talks about. I think research is probably one of the most underrated uses of AI. Google will give you websites, AI will give you answers. Completely different experience. Instead of best running shoes, you ask, I'm training for my first half marathon, have a wide feet, tend to get shin splints, what shoes should I buy? That's a much better question. Or, what are the best AI tools for a solo business owner managing 5 clients? Or, explain mortgages to me like I'm 15. Or, summarize the last 6 months of AI developments and explain which ones actually matter. This is where AI becomes ridiculously useful because it can personalize information, and information without context isn't very helpful. And that's why I increasingly use AI for research, because I don't want more information. I want relevant information. One of the best ways to use AI is simply just to think, because honestly, a lot of us are mentally overloaded. I know I am a lot of the time. Well, not since I've been using AI. You've got projects, you've got deadlines, you've got ideas, you've got meetings, you've got things that you've forgotten, things that you're trying to forget. It's absolutely chaos. One thing I do regularly is literally brain dump everything, every task, every worry, every idea, everything. And then I ask, organize this, prioritize it, tell me what matters, tell me what can wait, tell me where I'm overcomplicating things. Instant clarity. And I also use AI to plan my week, organize projects, create routines, break huge goals into smaller actions, and build schedules. Because productivity isn't really about doing more, it's about reducing mental clutter. And AI is incredibly good at organizing messy thinking. This one genuinely feels like science fiction, because now we have access to something previous generations didn't. An infinite patient tutor. 24 hours a day. Want to learn investing? Ask. Want to understand AI? Ask. Need help understanding spreadsheets? Ask. Learning coding? Ask. Want it to do coding? Get it to do it for you. You can literally say, explain to this to me like I'm 12, or teach me step by step, or create a 4-week learning plan so I can properly understand it. I love using AI for learning because it removes almost a little bit of embarrassment. Nobody likes asking the same question 5 times. AI doesn't care. You can ask, explain it again, explain it simpler, give me example, test me, quiz me, create flashcards, turn this document into a podcast, turn this video into study notes. The ability to personalize education might be genuinely one of AI's biggest long-term impacts from my perspective, because now anyone can learn anything about almost anything. So let's talk about your work, because this is where people usually start, but I think they stop way too early. Most people use AI to write emails, and that's absolutely fine, but honestly, that's beginner mode. Try this instead. After a meeting, upload notes, ask for action points, for next steps, for risk, for priorities, for follow-up messages, or upload a huge PDF and ask what actually matters here. Or turn this report into 3 slides for executives that I need to present to, or explain this set spreadsheet to me, or find the trends, or draft a proposal, or prepare me for this presentation, or act as the toughest client and ask difficult questions back to me. This is where AI becomes genuinely like an incredible work assistant, not because it's replacing you, because it removes low value work. And that's where leverage lives. Some of my favorite uses are actually the boring cases to use AI, genuinely. Take a picture of a receipt, categorizing expenses, creating budgets, tracking spending, building a savings plan, comparing insurance options, researching retirement strategies, understanding tax concepts, or even, I've got neck pain, what type of specialist should I speak to? Now, obviously, I don't use AI as a financial advisor or a doctor, right? I do have people for those situations, right? And you should do as well. But it's incredibly useful for your understanding when you're looking at different options. And the reality is, most life decisions are quite confusing, and also businesses as well a lot of the time. AI is brilliant at simplifying complexity, and sometimes clarity alone saves enormous amounts of stress. This one surprised me the most though. AI is fantastic for practicing conversations. So let's just say, and we'll go over a few scenarios, that you are nervous about an interview. Role play it, ask for a pay rise, practice it, giving difficult feedback, practice it, having an awkward conversation. Practice it. You can literally say, pretend to be my boss, pretend you're an unhappy customer, pretend you're a difficult client, and suddenly you have a safe environment to prepare for those situations, which are going to be inevitable in business. And I think a lot of confidence comes from rehearsal. AI gives you unlimited rehearsal, and that's incredibly powerful. So you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. AI isn't another app. It's a collection of multiple capabilities. A researcher, a teacher, a planner, an assistant, a strategist, an editor, a problem solver. Most people are using about 1% of what these tools can actually do. And honestly, the people who learn to weave AI into everyday life are going to feel like they've hired an entire team, a personal assistant, an executive assistant, and 100 times more. Not because they work harder, but because they're removing friction everywhere. And that's the real superpower. So I'd love to know, what's one way that you're using AI every day, which most people probably haven't even thought of? Let me know in the comments. Right, quick one before you head off. Be honest, your AI is probably all over the place right now. A bit of ChatGPT here, a prompt pack you've saved somewhere, 5 tabs open, and none of them are actually even talking to each other. And that's the actual problem. So here's what we do. We put it all into a central operating system for your business with Titan Code OS. We give you the copy and paste SOPs to set up your own independent cloud structures for predictable growth to run on proper AI intelligence instead of guesswork. The link to apply is in the description. I read every single one, and I'd love for you to have a call with my team. And if not, I'll see you on the next video.